What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to be going over kind of 3 sets of footage of 3 Alliance Wars over the last week and a bit in Marvel Contest of Champions, because one of the things that you guys always want to know and want to see more of is Alliance War videos. So I thought, I'd put them all together and sit down, do a big analysis and commentary video. So in this video there aren't actually any boss fights, but there are a lot of really difficult nodes, such as I take out a Thorns node, an unstunnable Spider-Man, and just a ton of other really annoying nodes. And we're going to talk about, how to effectively counter some nodes and, my decision making at certain points. But bear in mind, guys, I'm not the best player in the world. I am very subject to make mistakes. And also bear in mind, guys, that, when you're watching stuff back, it's very easy to criticize some little mistakes and slip-ups here and there. But, when you're in the moment, it is very different. So that's what we're going to be doing, guys, is I'm going to be criticizing my own mistakes and looking at where I could have played a bit better. Like, for example, there, my first mistake, I did not evade back far enough. Or at the right time for Juggernaut's level 1, so I took a little bit of damage. Apart from that, this matchup had been going pretty well. Vision was really good for this matchup, just because he could always power drain the Juggernaut and really reduce the uptime on Unstoppable and just make that pretty negligible. So let's move on to the next node and start talking a little bit about the commentary. So the next node has 3 things. It has Outlast, so reduces damage by up to 20%. Also a armor and damage increase when the opponent is below 25%, and then finally a power drain every 25 seconds. So this node I thought would be best for Captain America, just generally speaking. However, when actually going into the fight, it looks like Guillotine would have been a better option. If I'd known that it was superior Iron Man beforehand, I probably would have used Guillotine for the heal reversal. However, Captain America World War II, still a really great choice for that. You'll notice I'm being a little bit lazy on the level 1s and blocking those instead of evading them, just because Captain America's block is so ridiculously good. This matchup would even be slightly stronger, actually, if I had my Captain America duped. As you know, superior Iron Man always has those armor up buffs, so that would just be increasing my block proficiency to pretty much perfect 24/7. However, it's not going too bad. We did a pretty sly evade there. But with superior Iron Man, it's all about just kind of being able to outlast the fight, not really slipping up on his specials, and then he's pretty easy. I mean, the arc overload really, on generic nodes like this, just isn't too much of a problem. He is going to heal for a bit if you don't have a way to deal with that, but, it doesn't really matter. As you can see, we're like 50, almost 60 hits in now, and I've taken close to 0 damage. Even the little chips of damage that I've taken when I've taken a couple of block hits have just been instantly healed up thanks to the Mastery Salve, which, a lot of people don't value, but I think it's alright. It ain't a bad Mastery. It's certainly useful for keeping you, topped up throughout the encounter. So I timed the level 2 quite nicely with his arc overload, so that reduced the healing on kind of most of it by about 15% with the Despair Mastery. Again, just a kind of little tip there if you have the Despair Mastery to time it quite nicely, with any debuffs when Iron Man or Superior Iron Man, or even Iron Patriot if anybody plays him in Alliance War with that sweet arc overload. And especially below, 25% health, this guy is not taking. He's taking greatly reduced damage, half damage, if that. But we managed to kind of butcher through it. 105 hits, quite a lot of hits on reflection, but he finally does go down. Now, up next is potentially one of the trickier nodes, which is the Unblockable level 2 node. And you're going to see here, you also have a heal block on this one, which is exceptionally annoying, as you don't get the trickle healing, so that's something to bear in mind. But I kind of knew that with the Unblockable level 2s, Captain America generally is the best option, and also the opponent starts with 2 bars of power. You can see we're up against Venom, so the plan was to, swipe back and evade that initial part, and then just block the rest of the damage. Now, the strategy throughout the rest of the fight is to not let him get to level 2. Venom's level 2 is a real pain in the butt. So it's all about kind of spam baiting that level 1 where possible. As you guys are going to see, I'm just baiting level 1s like an absolute god. He's actually using them very aggressively, especially toward the end of the fight. So we kind of got lucky in that regard, but you know, with baiting the level 1s, it's all about being in close proximity to the enemy and allowing, you know, the AI to think, oh, I'm going to be able to land a level 1 or level 2 or a special attack, and then just quickly evading out before they can actually do that. So again, it's a little bit of a slower fight, and I do make some slip-ups because, you know, it is difficult, man. He moves extremely fast, and Venom is one of those characters that in terms of his animations is like really scary. He's just so big, and you're like, wow, this guy's absolutely gonna wreck my champions. When he was the old Alliance Quest boss, like, people just used to die on him so much. He was nowhere, Kang is nowhere near the difficulty of Venom. And I'd say Kang is actually a little bit harder. I think it's just the animations that throw people off of Venom. But if you can bait that level 1, you are just GG. You can see he's just like whipping it out like every second, every opportunity that he has. So we kind of got quite lucky there, but we also played pretty well. We only made one big slip up, which was getting hit in the face by Venom there. So not too bad for the, you know, what is it, third match in, only 2 little slip-ups, so that's pretty good, we're pretty good. However, this next node is where I start to have problems. So stun immunity is something that I've always struggled fighting against. Stun immune nodes are really annoying. And to add to that, guys, you'll never guess which champion was on this node. Everybody's favorite, stun immune Spider-Man. Stun immune Spider-Man is the worst character in the game by far. Stun immune, he has evade, that level 1, it just is so difficult to fully avoid. So yeah, everybody hates a stun immune Spider-Man. As you can see, I'm just trying to bait the heavies and then going for damage until we can get an evade there. Pushed him to his level 2 so I could quickly bait that back. However, like, 1 evade, guys, and I am just like GG. 1 round of combos. See? Like, he's taken a good, like, 50% of my health there with that 1 round of combos. And, yeah, I'm a little bit intimidated now. I know that 1 evade and 1 strike back, and I'm just RKO'd. Managed to evade the first part of that level 1 there and block the rest. However, at this point, I'm like, damn, this Spider-Man, he's just getting to my head, man. He's such a difficult champion to fight. Hanging on by a thread. At this point, I'm just trying to get my level 2 off before I die, and then we use the level 2, he evades and then blocks it and then smacks us in the face. So yeah, we got very wrecked there. I think it's worth mentioning that the 2 first Alliance War kind of maps you're going to see are actually with alliances that we got paired against. We're about a 5.4 million alliance, and these ones were, one of them was 6.7 million and one of them was 6.8, so they were a lot more beefy than us. And if you kind of play the endgame of Marvel Contest of Champions, you'll know that a million is kind of the difference between having exactly the perfect champions you need for defense and kind of not quite there yet. And we're not quite there yet. There are a lot of people in the Alliance, myself included, that don't really have like the optimal setup for Alliance War defense. So the first 2 matches were a real struggle. We're doing quite well though. This is a stunnable Spider-Man as the first node in the second map, and as you guys can see, we're having a much better time against him. It's so much easier to fight Spider-Man when you can stun him and parry and rain in some free hits, man. It's so good. So we managed to get the first node down with relative ease there. In terms of health, we only lost about 15 to 25% off Captain America, which in the bigger picture of things, I think is a pretty big win versus Spider-Man. Now, the next node has already wiped out one of my Alliance buddies, and it is an unstunnable Ultron, which again is kind of just as bad as Spider-Man. Maybe not so much that you can like evade his level 1 and get some free hits in there, but he is still like a massive pain in the butt to fight when he is stunning you. He is so annoying, but you get quite lucky because, you know, you can evade those level 1s quite easily once you get the timing right and then go in for some free hits. But again, like unstunnable champions, it is probably my biggest area of weakness and something that I'm constantly kind of looking back at the footage and trying to analyze, you know, what decisions I can make to get in additional hits here and there. I totally forgot about like the power return there, so we unnecessarily took a level 2 a bit too early and probably didn't time our level 2 at the greatest time. We should have maybe waited another round of combos before using that level 2, and we would have negated a lot more healing. However, so far, it is going alright. We're not doing too bad against this. We're just trying to wait for that level 1 to bait, and then go in to use the level 2. Again, maybe a little bit too early, but the worst thing when you're playing Guillotine is getting to that level 3, man. You can just not let that happen. If you get to level 3 on Guillotine, you are screwed. That is because if Guillotine uses her level 3, you use and then lose all of your soul stacks, which means that you can't do the healing reversal. I made some pretty big mistakes there. I got hit by the level 1, and then I got attacked by a combo, and then another combo. I just absolutely lost the magic at the end of the fight. I was feeling pretty down about that because I died pretty quickly. However, we did, you know, take a good like 60% off his life, so, you know, I wasn't feeling that bad. And I also did have another champion equipped to deal with this guy, which is the Vision Age of Ultron. Needed to basically perfectly time that heal block to negate his processing at 25%. That was something that was big on my mind. Luckily, he used his level 1 there, so I'm conscious that he's about to heal, but also I need to play really, really well because he's stun immune. So just waiting for a heavy attack at the moment, just trying to find any kind of opportunity to attack in and fight this guy. Screwed up a little bit there, got hit by a heavy, was not quick enough on either retaliating to that. But we got a good opportunity here, got lucky and he didn't evade. So we pretty much perfectly timed in that heal block with his regeneration, so that was pretty good. He's going to heal for a little bit here and there, but that ain't too bad. And as you can see, we got quite lucky. He didn't evade the level 2, which is really good, because that's one of the really, really annoying things about Ultron, is that if you're playing with Vision, I've just had it in the past where he's evaded when I've been either using a level 1 or level 2, and that has just absolutely screwed me up for the rest of the fight. So now he's on like 5%, all I'm seeing is red, so I'm playing very, very aggressively here, and we just managed to slap him into an early grave there. However, my team is quite depleted at the moment. Vision is barely hanging on by a thread. We got Captain America, and the next node is a Thorns node. So, going up against the Thorns node, I'm using the only option that I have, which is the Captain America World War II. I was really hoping to fight a champion that I could bleed, however, we got pitted against Colossus, missed the parry at the start, so we took quite a bit of unnecessary damage there, and I was a bit like, okay, I've already messed up this fight before we even started, but also in this fight, I do make a couple of sloppy mistakes, which I'll highlight for you guys in a second. However, at the moment, I'm just trying to bait that level 2, just trying to get his power down as well. You know, in Alliance War you always have to play around those level 3s. That's such an important and integral part to every fight, is that you do not allow the enemy to get to level 3. Another mistake was using the level 2 there. I should not have used any level 1 or level 2 abilities, and you'll kind of see why toward the end of the fight. As you can see, I have like practically no health left. Again, forgot to parry there, took 2 unnecessary hits, just chipping away at the little health that I have left. Every hit, you know, I'm taking like close to 300 damage. It is not good at all, lads. Then finally, that damage recoil gets to me, and RIP Seatin. If I'd used my level 3 a little bit smarter, then we probably could have won that. However, that was a tad unfortunate, but luckily we do have our saving grace, Vision Age of Ultron. Now, if I slip up and make one mistake here, I am dead. I am like absolutely wrecked, so I'm like full senses on, full like heat vision. We're gonna do this, just get this Colossus down, get the extra points so we can get more shards, and yeah, managed to seal the deal pretty quickly there, which was awesome. Now, we move on to today's Alliance War, which was a little bit of a more evenly matched one. The Alliance was like 5.7 million, so roughly on the same playing ground. So the first node is literally just knocking over this Spider-Man Miles Morales, using my Captain America for this, and the plan is just parry, double medium, very, very simple, just to get him down. It's a very, very good strategy for fighting Spider-Man when you have a stacked champion like Captain Captain America or Thor. Managed to get me down in 5 hits, no evades there, all very, very clean. But again, that wasn't really much of a fight, not really much of a match. However, the last match in this map path is actually an unstunnable Spider-Man, and I actually played really, really well against him and got quite lucky, so you guys have that to look forward to. So one of the things I also wanted to try out, I don't often use Scarlet Witch in Alliance War. However, I wanted to take her out because I got her to 550 yesterday, so I wanted to test her out. So I subbed out, I think it was Vision for her, and as expected, she's an absolute beast in Alliance War, despite me making quite a lot of mistakes in this video, as you're going to see, like not blocking or parrying there, along with quite a few others. She does manage to not only recover the matches quite well, but also gets them done really, really fast once you get onto kind of a good combo streak. Her level 2 crits are just absolutely insane, even when it comes to Alliance War, so yeah, ridiculous. And plus, if you can stun the enemy, you just win, like we have here. As you can see as well, we managed to proc a double regeneration, so even though we played kind of bad at the start and took a lot of hits, that didn't matter too much. And also, what is this? That was the node where they kind of alternate between armor up and physical resistance. She could just instantly nullify that, so, you know, that node was pretty negligible and did not become a problem. So after that match, I'm feeling pretty good, you know? I don't usually play that bad and come out, like, on full health, so that was crazy, crazy good. I think Scarlet Witch is probably a champion that I might permanently sub out for Vision in Alliance War. I'm not too sure. Just between Scarlet Witch, Captain America, and Guillotine, they are just so incredibly... They're all amazing for Alliance War and have, like, different uses, so I'm not too sure, you know, who are going to be, like, my standard 3, but I'm kind of tempted to sub out the Vision for Scarlet Witch. I like Guillotine way too much, and especially when it comes to bosses like Wolverine and Ultron, who seem to be pretty much every Alliance War boss for us. She's just like so incredible for that. Not that I'm doing much boss killing nowadays, but you know, there will be a point where I have to step up and do that, so I think I might just, you know, become a little bit better at Guillotine. Anyway, so next up we have a Groot, everybody's favorite character. Got a little bit wrecked there. So I parried stun the Groot, but by the time I went to attack into the Groot, yes, the stun was already expired, and then I got stunned and slapped up a bit. But regeneration managed to cover a little bit of the damage. Now he is on about 10%. I just want to get him down, and I failed a little bit there at the level 1. I got hit, took a lot of damage, so that certainly was not fun. Now I just want to finish the fight. I want to get it over with, so we used the level 2 and RIP Groot. So that was alright. Groot is a really like annoying champion to fight though. Really good choice on pretty much every node apart from an unstunnable node, just because he doesn't really need that node, you know. The next node coming up is a pure crit and crit damage node, so it's just going to be like a really hard-hitting champion, and the champion that they chose to put on this node was Yellowjacket, who is a pretty alright choice. You know, Yellowjacket's projectiles, level 1 and level 2, do take a lot of practice to evade, so a lot of people choose to block them, myself included in this video, because I wasn't like 100% confident that I was going to be able to, you know, reliably evade the projectiles, and it's always a little bit safer to block. Plus, I'm aware that using Scarlet Witch, you know, I do have like quite a high chance to proc a regeneration, which is going to cover that block damage, as you can see. However, it still has quite a bit of block damage there. You know, we're taking like 1,360 on the first one. I'm just trying to push into the level 2 to, you know, minimize the amount of specials that I actually have to deal with and block. We didn't get lucky enough to proc any power locks or power drains, which was a tad unfortunate, but we still played around that pretty well. So Yellowjacket now on his last legs, one more parry does the job, and it is game over. So Scarlet Witch, really enjoying her performance so far. She's managed to absolutely tear through 3 fights, granted that there were quite a few mistakes, so you know, if I can get my game a little bit more on point, she's going to be an absolute god. Now the next node is completely immune to stun and also has additional crit rate, so Scarlet Witch would not be as useful there, so I decided to go with my Captain America, and lo and behold, it was the unstunnable Spider-Man. Now, I'd learned some lessons from fighting him the first time, and I was coming back with a vengeance. We were playing the game very safe here, always kind of dashing back and then attacking in when he was doing his heavy attacks. However, you can see that evade, man, it just procs so much when Spider-Man's dupe level 99. And this one, I think he was a rank 4 Spider-Man. Didn't check out his dupe level, but it definitely, judging by the PI, I would say this is definitely a rank 4 Spider-Man. So, yep, a lot of health. Just trying to get that level 2 off. There we go. We managed to bait that one pretty well. We were quite fortunate he didn't use his level 1 there. So just one attack in and straight in with a shield. Managed to get lucky and did not get evaded there, which was amazing, because if you get evaded on your level 2 with Captain America, like in the first video, man, it's just such a salty feeling. Actually got hit by the tail end of the heavy attack there, but we're making a comeback. We're doing alright. I'm feeling a lot more confident. We are playing a lot more aggressively and a lot more kind of like on the ball here, so that was pretty good. Managed to parry the level 2 perfectly then, didn't evade it, which I guess works as well, but we'll fire off another level 2, didn't get the evade, and boom, unstunnable Spider-Man dead. The highlight of my MCOC career, guys. I'm finally okay at this video game. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, my commentary on some of my Alliance War fights. If you enjoyed it, please leave a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Apart from that, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Take care and have an absolutely fantastic day.